I was in class with my kid, bro. Like, I was in my lectures with my kid.
Wait, explain that, right?
Like,
because you said
serious,
that you
bro.
moved not to be far from your family, but then that was
the VA.
family, right? But now your family is obviously in VA with you.
So when I was in Syracuse, right, so draft day comes, get mad calls, my agent keep calling me. My mom cooking, my grandmother nervous, and they trying to keep me calm, but they so nervous that
You're nervous.
I'm nervous. Like it's like everybody trying to keep each other calm while being nervous.
Everybody
it just
nervous.
makes everybody more
The whole pile of
nervous.
nervousness. Right here, right now,
Here say him.
Cool. So somebody's lying.
Nah, we dogs. Like you gotta have a dog mentality. Like you don't become successful with me. Be like, oh yeah, you're better than me at this.
Who's better? Who could throw?
If somebody asks you about your podcast, you don't feel like your podcast the best?
Nope.
What? I'm looking at you.
Welcome back to another episode of Just Dad, and it's your boy Chocolate Dad.
It's your boy Saya, aka Saya.
It's your boy Styles.
It's Man 95. Welcome back to another episode. Appreciate you all for tuning in. Like we always tell you, like, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. How y'all doing this week, man? Oh yeah, you actually tell a stranger. A couple of strangers. Tell everybody in the streets.
Just tell everybody.
You know what I mean? Let the world know what's up. We're gonna be famous one day. I'm gonna be mad y'all didn't catch us early.
Facts.
Jinx.
Right.
You know Jack reminded me of? In Mighty Ducks. The two kids, the two bigger guys on the team.
Nah, I ain't seen my ducks in years.
I know,
bro.
I remember.
I'm not gonna say what they're called because I know Steve's gonna say some bullshit.
What they called?
Don't worry about it. For those who know, they know. I know everybody else knows. It's all good though.
That's what we remind you of? Two fat niggas? That's crazy.
Yeah. So now I'm offended.
That's not what I said.
So
That's exactly what
I said the two bigger guys on the team. It was a Pee Wee team. Anyhow,
It's fat shaming. That's crazy.
I'm fat shame, but I love y'all. Y'all not gonna say it back?
No.
No.
That's now I'm offended.
It's over. You.
Well, we even.
This is an
You a
HR
dub.
issue.
We even.
Anyhow, welcome back to another week. How y'all feeling this week?
It was a good week. I ain't gonna lie.
I'm cool.
Complain.
Yeah, we chilling.
Work was
Straight?
slow.
Chilling, man.
I'm cool.
That's
Work was
good.
real slow. That was good.
How's the team going? I know you got the basketball team. Everybody killing it, man.
They getting there.
No motherfuckers ringers.
They getting
I'm
there.
telling you,
No
yo.
niggas ringing.
Every time Steve,
Them niggas like 20.
bro, every time Steve posts a score, I'm like, son, who they playing, bro?
Playing against the little leagues over there.
Yeah,
It
so.
should be like 114 to 20.
Oh no, that's the AA team in our school. So it's a couple divisions. We got the girls are like on a I think B or C or something like that, and the guys varsity and JV they're in AA. That's like the top division in PSAL. And our team, the one myself, and he coach, they're the B team. They're like its own division in itself, not PSAL, just his own organization.
All right.
But we
Didn't know
getting
that.
there.
All right,
Yeah.
that's what's up.
Yeah. So the thing is now, like even with different type of sports that we have in our school, and most schools is doing it, they'll partner up with other schools and have a team or put them a part of the team. That way everyone gets to play a sport, even if you go to a smaller school, which is dope.
Yeah, that's good because it allows talent to show and also like inclusivity. So that's actually fire. I didn't know they do that.
And our principal created this team for the kids who couldn't make varsity or JV, so they get a chance to play basketball because it's one of the sports that they like playing.
A lot of niggas love.
Yeah,
That's dope. So all right, obviously you got yourself another coach in the building. You have a dope guest in the building, Mr. David.
David.
Daoud. Yeah, man, it's dope to be here. Appreciate y'all having me. Just to touch on the team that we coach. It's been a dope experience, and the kids enjoy it so much that it's like at first when we thought about the process, we were like, nah, we don't want to do this. But then like seeing how much the kids enjoy it, and these are like he said, these are the kids that kind of don't really make the varsity team, don't make the JV team, or some kids that transfer in late. That's definitely gonna be on the varsity or JV team next year. Just gives them an opportunity to, to hoop a little bit. So, it's been fun. We definitely took our bumps and bruises this year, but we're kind of getting hot at the right time. So, I mean, that's all you can really ask for.
That's what's up, and it's dope seeing like black male influence and showing positivity, helping the kids out, doing what they got to do, whatever. But keeping obviously on the topic of sports and stuff, right? You was in the NFL, man. You former
man.
NFL player.
Yeah, man.
Tell us about that. What you do in the NFL?
Tell them who you are, because I don't think they know your
you
name.
didn't do an intro.
Oh, Dave Legree, from Brooklyn, New York. I'm here, man. That's pretty much it. I'm here. I went to South Shore High School. From South Shore, I had 24 scholarship offers. Wow. Did pretty good for myself. Went to Syracuse University.
Dope.
We weren't good. Coaches got fired, so I dipped too. Coaches was terrible. We weren't good. So I got up out of there. Went to Hampton University.
That's in Virginia,
HBCU.
right?
Yep.
Okay.
In Hampton, VA. It's a good spot to be at. I didn't really enjoy it as much as I could have or should have.
Why is that?
I just think because I went to a PWI first, that I was kind of like used to being there, used to the party environment, and used to just how things operate. Just like little things that, that kind of just threw me off a little bit. Like I think if I would have went to Hampton straight out of high school, then I would have just been accustomed to that way of doing things. So I think it's because I went to a PWI first.
Sidebar, what's a PWR?
Predominantly white institution.
Oh, damn.
Was Hampton one of your offers or no? Or you just actually fell into Hampton?
Hampton was not one of my offers. I had a lot of HBCU offers. Hampton was not one of them. But initially when I was going to leave Syracuse, I was going to go to, I was either thinking about going to Purdue or Miami. They both offered me out of high school. Miami kind of got their guy, and then Purdue was kind of so far away. I just had my daughter, so I didn't really want to go too far away from school, from home. So I was like, you know what? I was kind of sending my film out, and this coach called me one day from Hampton. He was actually a Miami, old Miami coach. They were recruiting me, so he got the job in Hampton. So he was like, yo, I recruited you over at Miami. We want you down in Hampton. So that connection kind of, helped ease the process a little bit for me. And
so question. So how, from having offers, right, so Syracuse was one of the offers you had, you accepted, right? Mm-hmm. So once you accept the offer, the other offers is off the table, or for you to double back? Like say you go to Syracuse and you work out, you can't double back on those offers, or you gotta
so it's
send
not,
tape and
No, it's not really like that. So it's like all right, bet. I'm a university, you're a university. All right, we're here to recruit you. We're selling ourselves, selling our university, selling what we offer to you. You come on a visit. All right. At that time, we were only allowed to do 4 official visits, right? So I could take an official visit to whatever school I wanted to that was offering me. Yep, to narrow down my choices.
What made you choose Syracuse?
My daughter. I found out I was having a child. So like I said, I was gonna go to Purdue.
where's Purdue?
It's in Indiana.
So real quick,
So it's deep.
put a pin in it. All right, so we know you for proximity purposes you chose Syracuse, right?
Yes.
So this is coming out of high school.
Yep.
So you had your first child while you were in high school.
Well, she wasn't born while I was in high school, but I knew. I knew.
So senior year going
Yeah.
out. So you knew graduation going towards your college career
Future.
that you were expecting.
Yes.
Understood. Okay.
And that was rough, but we got through it. But yeah, so I just figured I didn't want to be too far away from home. I already had a
Syracuse
huge.
is kind of far.
It's only 4 hours.
I mean,
compared to the other choices that I had. Rutgers also offered me, but they offered me late. I didn't really like the vibe there, even though it's 45 minutes, but I didn't like the vibe there. So I kind of wanted somewhere I could be kind of close and where I could, I don't want to be close and be miserable.
Quick question for you. If the circumstances had been different, whereas you didn't have to worry about proximity and being close to home, where would you have chose?
Either Purdue, Purdue. I would say Purdue, Miami, or Penn State.
Okay.
One of those.
Penn
three.
State is right there.
Yeah, I mean, Penn State wasn't far, but it wasn't as high on my list. Like I'm just saying, like if I didn't have nothing to worry about, like Syracuse wouldn't have been in the top. Rutgers wouldn't have been in the top. You know, they weren't really like dominant school at the time. But you know, I knew they had talent. You know, I knew I could do some good stuff there, and I knew I needed to be close to home.
What position you played?
Quarterback.
Like your whole that was yours like.
My whole life, or like just high school? Like it's different because when I was younger, like I'm a big dude, so they had me on the line, they had me blocking people, tackling niggas.
At what point?
Yeah, what point you
did
got
you transition to quarterback?
So one day we was at practice. I was playing Pop Warner. I played for Mo Better Jaguars, Brownsville. We was just throwing around the ball in practice one day. And meanwhile, I didn't even tell you this. My uncle is the founder of Mo Better. My pops is a coach. My whole family. None of them thought I was good enough to play quarterback. None of these niggas thought I was good enough to play. None of these niggas thought I was good enough to do this shit. So we was throwing the ball around, and my coach at the time, Coach Kazuti, he passed away, rest in peace to him. He pulled me aside and said, yo, you got an arm though, you can play quarterback. I was like, yo, I know, I'm trying to tell my pops that.
I've been trying to tell everybody I can
trying to tell them this, bro. They not trying to hear me. And he was like, all right, bet. We're gonna put you at quarterback. So he told me that day, so the whole, this was maybe 15 minutes before practice. So I'm geeked up, hype, let's go. So practice started, he like, yo, I can't put you at quarterback today.
Shot everything.
I'm like, at that point, I wanted to go home. Any other day, practice would be good, but he kind of geeked. I was geeked. I was
like, let you know what you wanted. Yeah.
How old were you then?
Huh?
How old were you then?
Probably 9.
Nah, they ain't so
it's put the gun to my head. So I didn't play quarterback that day.
Did he tell you why?
I ended up finding out why, but so that day he didn't tell me nothing. He was just like, yo, stick with it, this, that, and third.
Yeah, I keep it regular.
So I was like, yo, I told my moms the next day, yo, when I tell you me and my brothers, yo, my whole family, yo, we a football family. We be fiending to play football, bro. Fiending to go to practice. It don't matter if it's raining, snowing, we there. Mm-hmm. The next day I'm like, yo, man, I ain't going to practice. It's a dub for this shit. I'm about to go play basketball. Got a low jumper. You know what I'm saying? I got a little 15-footer. My mom like, nah, come on, we out. We going to practice. So next day, get there early, same thing. I'm like, yo, coach, what's up? Why you ain't put me at, why can't I play quarterback? And he like, yo, you know, I want you to play. It's just some other people. I'm like, I thought you was the head coach. Mm-hmm. He like, you right.
He forgot?
Since then, I'm playing quarterback. Since then, I'm playing quarterback. Nice. And I ain't gonna front, in hindsight, that was a true story, dead ass. But in hindsight, I'm like, damn, I really said that to this.
Yeah, I'm saying.
Honestly, that's exactly what I was about to ask you. I was like, yo, it's crazy that at 9, 10 years old, you had the presence of mind to be like, but I thought you in charge, so what's going on here?
Yo.
But imagine you were acting like a typical kid and didn't say nothing.
You just kind of carried on.
What trajectory would that have been? So it's a good thing you did because, you know,
Facts.
it worked out, right?
Yo, his moms had this fight, because we went to the same high school. I went to South Shore. That's how I met Dave. So his mom had this fire jersey because his older brother also played for Fort Hamilton. Mm-hmm. So she had their numbers split in two. Oh yeah,
fire.
And one side. So especially when they play each other, stadium packed.
Y'all did play each other? What years did y'all play?
This had to be, I want to say, probably 06 or 07, something like that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, somewhere around there.
I was out PSA by then.
Yeah, man, something like 06, 07. It was fire though. One side of it was purple, the South Shore purple, and it had the 8. Then it was split, and then the other side she had the white side. She had the white jersey with the blue too, and then it was just one Legree across because we both our last name Legree. Son,
I know that jersey would have sold for millions.
My brother played quarterback too.
Oh, damn.
So my whole family, bro, we all quarterbacks, bro. We all played the same position. Who better?
Yeah, who better quarterback?
Me.
You sure? He would say right here, right now. He'd
say him.
Of course, so somebody's lying.
Nah, we dogs. You gotta have a dog mentality. You don't become successful with me. Be like, oh yeah, you're better than me at this.
Who's better? Who could throw?
If somebody asks you about your podcast, you don't feel like your podcast the best?
Nope.
What?
I know. I'm looking at you. You kept him back.
Best podcast in the world.
Exactly.
The world, Craig, in the world.
But you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like that's just that mentality you gotta have.
I want you to pick one. You ain't pick one. You ain't bite the bait.
But real quick, yeah, our podcast is the best podcast in the world. Ain't discovered just yet.
World, Craig.
People's, but keep telling strangers we're gonna get there. Anyway, but that's the all right. So
That's for one
so
back.
back to now. All right, so you end up going to Syracuse. You leave there because all the coaches
Actually,
was trash.
before you go there, I had a question around that
Sorry,
period.
go ahead.
How old were you? I guess you were like 17, about to graduate. 17, 18, about to graduate from high school.
Yeah, I was 17. Yep.
And then about to be a father. So
Yeah.
then, damn, like in the world like that, you 17, about to be 17, 18, and you about to go to college, about to be a father. You said 26 scholarships, 24 scholarships.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's more decisions than some grown adults have in that moment in time.
Yeah.
So it's like, what in that moment in time, what are you thinking? Like, you know, you obviously made the decision to stay closer because you already had that father mentality, like, you know, let me stay closer to my family. But then, what else is going on in your mind? Because this is life is changing decision in reality.
I just kept thinking like, what's best for my child? I didn't even know if it was a boy or girl at the time, so I can't even say what's best for my daughter. Like, I was like, what's the best thing for my child, and what can I do like to still be successful? Like, cause yeah, you want to do the best thing for your child, but at the same time, it's like I'm 17. I don't know what's best for my child. I'm still a child. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just some little immature kid doing some grown up things, and then now I got this big decision to make. So honestly, like, I kind of just try to lean on my grandmoms a lot and just ask her a lot of questions.
That's my next question. Who would be with the? I mean, you even said your father was around to tell you.
Yeah, my father was around. My father's dope as shit. Like, my father, when I was younger, bro, my father had like a lot of like issues going on with him, and you know, he wasn't around a lot when I was younger. And my pops, like, one day, like,
switched.
Something clicked, and my pops is like, my pops make over like $180K a year now, bro. Like, legit clean money. Like, he got a good job. But when I was younger, bro, like, I couldn't find this nigga sometimes. Like, but you know, as I was like, I would say like high school, like around that time I was making that decision. That's when he was like,
that's what I asked you. Yeah.
Like, that's when he was like really like on his shit. Like,
That's good though.
from being like a kid to like, I say like eighth, ninth grade, like I couldn't really like, you know, we wasn't on the same page a lot, but like throughout my high school years, I felt like he saw that his sons was getting older. And like, you know, I gotta like make sure I'm on my P's and Q's for my kids, you know what I'm saying? Cause you know, when you're younger and your kids younger, you could afford to make a couple like mental errors, cause you know, they don't really know no better. But when your kid can look at you and be like, yo,
yeah, you got some questions.
What the fuck is you doing?
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what the, like that. Like,
so number one step to look at me. What the fuck are you doing?
Exactly, bro. Like, I think.
So he got a man up.
And we never had that kind of conversation, but it's like, I could just tell by his actions.
But I think us all, obviously, all dads, right? I think we can probably sense that in our kids.
Yeah.
Right? Because like even like my son, you know, who he's about to be like, he's like 19 months. He does this thing.
Stop doing that, bro. No, I'm not gonna allow you to continue to do that. Son is 1. He's about to be 2.
Whatever. He's that old. Right?
I definitely second that.
So he does this thing where like when he's not getting what he needs or whatever, he's conscious enough now. Like, he gets up and grabs your hand to go where he's going. But even still, like, I can see in his face when you know what I'm saying. So I say that to say, at junior high school age, going to high school age, your dad looking at his sons, and are you the youngest?
Nah, my son, it's a tribe of us, bro. Like,
right, because even like, all right, so even you mentioned your brother who played for Fort Hamilton, he was older than you.
Yeah, we're a day and a year apart. So he was born October 6th, 1988. I was born October 7th, 1989.
Right, so that's ideal, right? In terms of, so you guys are having the same mental headspace.
Yeah, it's dope. And it's dope. I ain't gonna find our parties. Our birthdays is lit, son. Because you know, he playing on one football team, I playing on another football team. Yeah. So growing up, our parties was lit. Then once we got to high school, bro, it was like, we partying Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? My mom's going to work. Grandma's out the crib, nigga.
Orgy.
I ain't going front, bro. We used to be like, yo, cause my brother went to, like I said, he went to Fort Hamilton, so he used to have to leave mad early. I went to South Shore, so it really wasn't that far from home. So I used to just leave like a little cardboard or something in the back door in the basement.
Boom,
Just
boom,
hoping,
bro.
just hoping no crackhead ran in the spot.
Hoping and praying.
Hoping and praying. But once I get my third period tennis taken,
Yeah.
It's clip.
I was out, bro.
So I
Out.
said to say, so it's good that like you guys were conscious enough, and your father seeing that out of y'all to be deciding to be more actively present, be better, or whatever cases. Like you said, as dads, we always want to be able to be all the way there, but we never really know what your parents are dealing with,
Yeah.
especially if they're younger. And I say that to say, you being so young and at 17 going to 18 having your first child, all the decisions to make, and then you still cognizant of the fact like I have to make the best choices, not only just for me, but what's gonna be best for my family. So I said to say like a lot of people can't make those choices. A lot of people can't differentiate. It's still just for self, even if they're having children. So I definitely want to applaud and say like, yo, like that's dope that you had the conscious mindset to be able to go and say, you know what? I could probably go here, which might make me potentially get me somewhere farther, but let me get closer to home and play closer here to take care of family, right?
Appreciate
so back
that.
to now you're at Hampton playing quarterback. Was going to the league the goal, or was it just let me get as much as I can out of a free education?
Going to the league was always the goal. Like that was the goal from being a kid. But once I had a kid and I was in college, and I knew it was attainable, like to think about it as a kid is one thing, right? To dream about it is one thing, right? But to be right there, like I was like right there, like there'd be NFL scouts at practice every day. You know what I'm saying? Like when I was a freshman, when I was at Syracuse, I used to remember seeing them. And I used to be like, yo, that's gonna be me. Then once I got to Hampton, that was me. You know what I'm saying? So it was like I can't really mess this opportunity up. You know what I'm saying? And I was in class with my kid, bro. Like I was in my lectures with my kid.
Nah, that's
Wait,
crazy.
explain that, right?
Like,
Because you
that's
said
serious,
that you
bro.
moved not to be far from your family, but then that would
went to
mean your
VA.
family, right? But now your family is obviously in VA with you.
So when I was in Syracuse, right, she used to, like, my daughter used to be with me a lot, right? Cause it wasn't a far drive. So like my pops and my brother used to come out, and they used to like. So our housing situation was different from the regular students.
Right.
We had apartments, and you know, like it used to be me and my teammate. So everybody had it was like two. It used to be, sometimes they had like 3 or 4 bedroom apartments and all that, but I never wanted that. I just wanted a 2-bedroom apartment, and it was on it was called South Campus. And my roommate at the time, he used to always be by his girl, but she stayed on main campus.
Right.
But it was co-ed dorms and all that. So yeah, so it was super lit for me. Like I really had the crib,
Second bedroom.
Dolly.
Yeah.
Like it was like literally like he would literally come to the crib.
Get some clothes.
Just like dump his bag out, get a fresh bag.
and be
He
out.
may take a shower, like it wouldn't even, and he'd be out. So it was like literally like, it started like, yo, you know what I'm saying? I'm about to buy like a little air mattress. Can I put it in your room? Cause you ain't never here, yo. You know my family coming. He like, yo, bro, you can do whatever you want, bro. Like, you already know where I'm at. You know what I'm saying?
care.
You don't even gotta buy no air mattress, bro. They could like just get some sheets and.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm gonna just buy the air mattress or whatever. But that was like my freshman year. Like, bro, after that, bro, like,
You had the apartment to yourself.
yeah, I had the. It was literally like I would see him like in practice. Maybe if we had a class or
At
something.
child, that's it.
But I
Yeah.
never, or at a party, but I never saw him at the crib. So I was just like, and I always made him my roommate because you could choose who you. Like your freshman year, you don't get to choose.
situation was gonna be.
You know what I'm saying? You don't get to choose who
Yeah,
your
I'm thinking,
roommate
we
is.
riding out the whole 4 years.
But
nigga.
after that, I was like, and we were both freshmen at the same time. I'm like, yo, bro, who your roommate, bro? Like, bro, you want? Where you want to stay at? We're like, because it was different parts of South Campus. You know what I'm saying? And so some parts had like just like little like the 1-floor joints. We had the 2-floor joint. I like that one. So we stayed in the 2-floor joints, and that was straight. So then that was good. But then when I got to Hampton, it wasn't the same situation. It was they just tried to stick us in dorms, and like I said, like that's the difference between being at
PWI
a
and HBCU.
Syracuse, like where it's so much money and they take care of the athletes. Is like I'm chilling. Like, I got my apartment. They take care of you, like whatever you want. Versus Hampton is just like they just
Listen,
regular.
Yeah, they just stuck
ain't
me.
got it.
They stuck me in the dorm.
It's almost like you're just a student that plays sports here.
Yeah, yo,
That's wild, yo. You see how they treat us? That's
bad,
crazy.
bro.
But that's
It's
a
bad.
topic for another day.
So,
but that's
alright.
wild.
So let's go back to Hampton, right? So from Hampton, explain the years at Hampton and how leading up to like the NFL, like the league.
So my first year at Hampton, I played good. I didn't play as good as I could have played. And that's my own fault. It was just like so many other factors that was going on at the time. Like I was so upset at myself for leaving Syracuse. Like I knew I had to do it, but I hated myself for doing it. So it's like, I just kind of had like a constant battle on myself. So that first year, it was just rough. Then the second year, I was just like, I bet, like I'm here. I know what's going on here. They know me here. Let's ball out. And I played really good my junior year.
So how long you was at Hampton, Syracuse? 1 year?
No, I was there I was in college for 5 years. I was there
Okay.
for 2.5 years, right? So I played two seasons. Then in that middle, around April is when I left. So my first year I redshirted, right? So that doesn't count against me. So I still got
At Hampton, you redshirted.
no. At Syracuse I redshirted.
You can redshirt
So
at Syracuse.
so
Gotcha.
my first year I redshirted at Syracuse, right? So I didn't lose any years of eligibility.
Right.
My second year, we was bad, wasn't playing. So I'm like, I bet, this next year I'm gonna be playing, my body right, I'm locked in, this, that, and the third. Coaches get fired. So they like, yo, they gave us like a 2-week grace period to find, like if you wanna leave and not have to sit out a year and lose a year, you gotta transfer within this grace period. My phone was ringing off the hook, bro, like nonstop, 3 a.m, coaches calling me. Like I was trying to reach out to certain coaches, and the coaches that were calling me, like a lot of them recruited me, but it's like, that's not where I wanted to be, kind of. And then, like I said, I got the call from Hampton, and it was kind of like a perfect little scenario for me. So that was dope. And then, like I said, my senior year, I played really good. I was projected to go third round. Then I ended up tearing my shoulder towards the end of the year. And that's kind of why, like, I didn't, like, that's why my career wasn't as long as it could have been. That unfortunate injury, and I'm trying to like speed through it, like not give y'all like a long story. So I ended up tearing up my shoulder. I was finishing my last 3 classes of my senior year. I was gonna walk in December, damn, my son is wilding.
Just that.
Just that. So I was finishing my last 3 classes. I got a call from my agent, like, yo, we got some NFL scouts in Florida right now. You can finish school, and kind of see where you may land in the draft, or you can go out there, let people see that your shoulder's gonna be good. And, it's really up to you. So, like I said, me being in the league was always the goal. Like I said, I knew I had mouths to feed. And
I'm going to the league. I'm going to
you
Florida.
So you
I was like, I'm
all
out.
right, cool. So you go down to Florida, right? So what is this? It's a training compound, working out
Like the Columbine type shit?
joint?
Not Columbine, Combine.
Yeah, same shit.
Combine.
I don't know.
It's not the same shit. Columbine and Combine.
But it wasn't.
Yeah,
It wasn't. But it wasn't.
I'm not a football.
But it
No, I'm
wasn't, but it wasn't a combine that they were sending.
Nah,
players
so
to,
what
right?
they-
It was just
so-
like open training.
So basically, like, it's like a bunch of dudes, like we all went to different universities, right? Wherever, all across the world, but we like the
Top.
pick of the litter, kinda. And you got different spots in, different, like, you got, it's a lot more spots in Florida, but there's other spots in Cali, Texas, but they had me out in Florida training with this dude. He helped me get back a lot faster than I thought I was gonna get back. Like with my shoulder injury, I thought it was gonna take me at least like 9-10 months. I was back throwing in like 4 months.
Dope.
So that was the benefit of it. I was trying to be able to finish school while I was out there, and this is way before pandemic. So they like, yo, bro, if you're not in class on Monday,
Ain't no online.
it's
You can't,
over. Nah, and I want to say it was like, I probably had like, this is like the beginning of November, when all of this happened. I left maybe like a week or 2 after, And
Yeah, 6 weeks left.
Yeah, you was
I probably had like
you
6
was finished
weeks
in
left.
December.
Yeah,
You had
so
to
I
make a choice.
probably had like 6 weeks left, but I knew myself. I'm like, I can always come back and get this degree.
Because those
I ain't
six,
gonna
those,
hold-
right, because those
I
six,
can go back in the league.
because that's those 6 weeks between you being in Virginia and you being in
Your
Florida.
life changing.
Bro, that window is like this. Like, it's either I
Exactly.
go now or
I see y'all back in January if I have to.
yeah. I tried to go back, but
So this whole time, right?
Nice.
So being a dad, all these decisions, the pressure of, being a dad, being a man, student, playing ball, your shoulder, getting back right, go down to Florida, you get it right or whatever, right? So now draft time comes, right? Walk us through the process of like, all right, so you're entering the draft, you declare for the draft, and then you getting the call of where you're going.
So the draft process was a little bit different. Leading up to it, I guess was the same thing. Like as everyone else, like I had a lot of calls, I had a lot of interest from teams. The same teams that was interested in me in the third round once, they ran like a lot of tests on my shoulder. It was just a lot more damage than they thought initially. And even though it felt better, I still felt like it wasn't where I was. You know what I'm saying? Like, kind of where I was thrown before, like my abilities there, I still felt like I was here. And for me to be able to close that gap, it would take some time.
Right.
And it was just more so like all about who want to take that gamble. And so draft day comes, I'm getting mad calls, my agent keep calling me. My mom cooking, my grandmother nervous, and they trying to keep me calm, but they so nervous that
You're nervous.
I'm nervous. Like it's like everybody trying to keep each other calm while being nervous.
Everybody
It just
nervous.
makes everybody
There's a
more
whole pile of
nervous.
nervousness.
So I just went outside, took some walks and all of that.
The cigarette.
Nah, yo, I ain't gonna. If I smoked cigarettes, I'd have had 4 packs that day. But yeah, bro, it's just like a long process, bro. And it's like it's not just a 1-day process.
No, it's not. That's not.
So like the first day, like I knew I was going to even get called the first day. Like the first day is the first and second round. So even if I wouldn't have got hurt, I wasn't projected to go first and second round anyway. So I was cool the first day. First day was Gucci. We was just chilling in the crib, playing
waited
video
till, like,
games.
Saturday.
You know that
Just,
wasn't
Yes.
your turn.
just watching it still. Like,
Yeah, I was like, we're just watching the regular draft or whatever. Day 2 though was my day, and that's the day we were just everybody was just in a frenzy in the crib. Like tension was thick. Like
So what happened?
I just my phone was ringing, but I never got that call. Like yo, you got drafted. Like I kept getting the call. Like yo, if
Just hold on.
such and such doesn't get taken right now, we're gonna take you with the next pick.
yeah.
I got like 5 of those calls. Then the first time it came, I'm like yo. It's lit.
he didn't get taken. This
So that happened with I don't even know if I really want to say a couple of teams' names, but it happened like 4 or 5 times that day, and I just was mad hype, and then went from like being so geeked up to like feeling like I let the family down.
When did you finally get that call?
Literally like not even 2 minutes after the draft was done.
Oh shit! What?
All right, so after number 300, whatever,
Yep.
then
It was like my phone rang right after, like, yo, the Kansas City Chiefs want to sign you. And we said we got like a couple other offers. Vikings want to sign you too. Cardinals want to sign you. What's up? Where you want to go?
It was up to you. It was your decision.
I had some kind of say in it. It's not.
that's
It's
kinda-
not.
Fuck it, I'm going
That's
anywhere.
kind of dope though. Like that's like high school all over again offers. It's like yo.
Yeah, but it's like
a big-
it's not like those like where you got this
No, you
time. It's
gotta
like yo,
pick
it's like yo,
quick.
like
No, you-
yo, I'm on the phone with these 4 teams. Which one you want to go? I'm like.
Shit. Anyway.
Yeah, so I'm like, yo, whatever you think is the best decision for me, like, cause usually you can kind of lay it out, like like if you play basketball, like if I'm a shooting guard, I'm not going to a school with
The bunch of
5
guys.
shooting guards.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like and I didn't really have that ability to look at that in front of me. So he's like, yo, don't worry about it, I got it, and I trusted my agent a lot. I still rock with my agent, and he made a good decision for me. I ended up going out to Kansas City.
because the other thing too, right? And for sports fans out there, when you're getting that call for the draft or whatever, you don't know. Granted, obviously you want to get into certain kind of markets, like you said. If I go to a team with Patrick Mahomes and a list of people at that time, like
Yeah.
it might not make sense to me. I'm never gonna play.
It's clipped.
You know what I'm saying?
It's
Exactly.
clipped.
Yeah.
But also too, you don't know the financial portion of it yet.
No, so I didn't know the financial part of it. I knew at some point my shoulder was gonna come up, right? The injury with my shoulder, I knew that was gonna be like a thing. Like, however they would try to spin it, or however they would try to, like, if they was gonna make it out to be something big, or if they was gonna try to downplay it or whatever. So Kansas City was like, yo, like we want to sign you to a deal. We're not giving you no guarantee money. Your shoulder is is an issue. It's up to you. My agent was like, yo, they got Alex Smith. He's good, but he ain't like elite like that. I think this would be the best fit for you. So I'm like, all right, cool, whatever, I'm with it. I'm there, and my shoulder gets banged up again. They ended up releasing me. Maybe like, they asked me like, yo, you want to stay the night or you want to, get on the plane right now? I'm like, yo, send me back to Brooklyn right now. Like, they're like, you sure? We can give you something to eat. We can get. What time? When do I land in JFK? So they sent me back, and while I'm in the air, my agent was calling me. So as soon as I landed, I had like 10 voicemails. I got signed to the Colts.
So now you got to fly.
Yeah, so literally, I was home.
Should have stayed.
I was home. My grandmom's, they picked me up and all that. My grandmom had some food for me, got me a little haircut. Out the next day in Indy. So I was in Indy for 2.5 years, which was dope. But I ended up hurting my shoulder again.
Damn.
And after a while, I was just like, yo, I just had a real sit down with my grandma. I was like, yo, like, I think, like, because I've never been injured my whole life. Like, my whole career, bro. Like, injuries.
The same recurring shoulder.
Yes.
Well, I mean, it's the nature of what you do. You know what I'm saying? You're right-handed, you're throwing your quarterback. So were you ever able to play in a game?
Nah, nope.
Okay.
Nope. But, like, just me being able to live out my dream just for a little bit, just for, like, to be able to be in a locker room, just to be able to be around some of these guys that I was
people can't even get in.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I tell people, like, stories all the time about some of the guys that I was around, and now I wasn't fortunate enough to play in the game. But there are guys, it was just this past year, it was just one quarterback. He was a backup for, like, I want to say they said, like, 6, 7 years. And he just saw his first action this past season.
Yeah.
So not seeing your first few years is not.
It's not like it's not out of the norm, especially for somebody like me, like where you get
the quarterback position. That's like the number one position.
Yeah. There's only one of you.
I'm about to say, like, like as a receiver, it's like I could be it could be 4 or 5, it could be 3, 4, 5 receivers in the field at one time.
At least.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, or you could run down on kickoff. So it's different things you can do. As a quarterback, it's like nope. I only can play quarterback. I may hold for the extra point or something like that, but I'm only gonna play quarterback. But my thing was to, like, just find a spot where I can get healthy, like find a spot where I'm not forced to kind of be in the action and try to get healthy. And I just couldn't do that, bro. Like, every time I felt like it was good, I would, like, get banged up in the scrimmage, and it was always the same thing, like my shoulder. Like,
you ever thought about, like, while you was in the NFL, like, can you change a position? Like because you play other positions your whole life growing up until you decide to be a quarterback. And anytime you probably thought, like, know what, maybe if I play this position, maybe I can get more play to show them that, like, I'm nice and I can do other stuff.
So, mad people tell me about that all the time now, like, yo, you should have did this, you should have did that. At that time, I was just like, because it was like my pro day, the Saints and the Washington Redskins came up to me and was like, yo, you got a big frame, I know your shoulder banged up, come over here, like, just run some routes for us or whatever. I was so closed-minded at the time. I kind of took it as like, nah, they trying to do this shit to me because I'm black.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like me being naive, me being, not as mature about the situation as I probably should have been.
Quarterback or nothing.
Yeah, and I shouldn't have been like that because it's a bunch of people that switch positions.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I just felt like I went to HBCU. I'm black. You know what I'm
Trying to
saying?
blame me.
Yeah, they trying to front on me like, and I shouldn't have thought like that.
I mean, but I mean,
But it happens so much.
right? But it's an
So it's like I don't know.
Thought.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I don't like. Do you really think I'm talented enough to do this, or do you think like this nigga ain't smart enough to learn your playbooks? Like,
Right.
and I just couldn't. I couldn't figure it out, so I just went with my gut,
Well,
and I was
so-
just like, nah.
So what was like your mind, like your psychology, your mind state at that time when you're like, all right, now I'm with another team, I get hurt again, I'm not gonna play, like, all right, the career isn't going anywhere else. Like NFL career is over. Walk us through, like, what is your mind state at that time, knowing that now you have, at least at the time you had a daughter, right? You had just the one?
Yep.
You had the one daughter, right? You have a family, you got support, NFL's not working out for you.
I was just like, yo, let me get back to school. So I went back to Hampton.
What were you studying?
Psychology. Went back to Hampton. I was about to enroll in the next semester. So I wasn't going for that long. So they still had everything I needed. Everything. The courses were still the same, so I was good. So I'm like, I bet I'm gonna re-enroll. Then I got a call from the Cardinals. Like, yo, we want to bring you out here. We want to sign you. So I'm like, I bet.
Ain't around this time you had to pay for minutes?
Yo, I had two phones at the time.
What year was this? What year, like?
This is like 2013, 2012.
Like when we first in the league was what time? Well, yeah, 2012.
Yeah, 2012. So at this time when I went back to Hampton, it was like 2015.
Okay.
So I had two phones. Like my agent, like, cause I kept telling him like, yo, bro, like my phone be dead all the time. Cause people always call my phone. Like my family call my phone. Oh, let me
My agent, put you to work.
So my agent was like, yo, you know what? Call me when you get the Sprint. So he ended up buying me a new phone. So I used to have my regular phone and I had my phone from my agent.
Scout phone.
And so my joint would not stop ringing. So they was like, yo, we want to bring you out there. I threw well, but they didn't end up signing me. I flew from there to Green Bay. I worked out for the Packers. The Packers signed me on the spot. Like, yo, we're gonna bring you in on the spot. Aaron Rodgers gets hurt the next week. This is like, I forgot what year this is, but this is the year Aaron Rodgers breaks his collarbone. They signed Matt Flynn. Matt Flynn balls out.
You're like, damn. I wish you did.
They send me a check, $20K. We appreciate you.
Damn.
We're gonna stick with this dude. He hot right now. He playing. He don't got no shoulder injury.
Yeah.
And I ain't gonna front though, cause like once I signed with them, like I was like watching, like they sent me the playbook and all that, and I was watching, like, you know what I'm saying?
I can't wait to go in that film.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? I was like trying to like figure out like, what's what. And then as I'm watching, I'm like, son, this nigga is not missing, son. This nigga is dying shit, like making the right plays, making the right reads. Damn. So I'm like, I bet I'm gonna just be third on the depth chart. Yeah. They said we got one better for you. Don't even come back. Wow. Don't even come back.
So at this point, like, because we still want to touch on the fatherhood. So you started at this point, 2015. You're about what?
2015. I'm 26.
Like 26.
Well, 25 to 26.
So your daughter's about 7, 8, 9, 10,
2015.
11, 12.
She is
like 5, 6.
She's
No.
7, 8.
7, 8.
Yeah, 7, 8.
7, 8.
Yep.
So at this, because I know you. I know early in the years she was with you all the time. Now you've been traveling different.
Yeah, she was at home with my grandmother, and that things like that like kind of hurt, but it was like, all right, I know why I'm doing this, because it's like, if I did all of that right and then got that $10 million contract, $20 million contract, then I'm sending her on the next flight out here.
It's all worth it.
Then it's like, all right, like, but if I'm over here like, oh, I can't go because you're here, it's like,
right, you're not
now we both here broke. They get like, somebody better get a job.
But you know what it is though?
There's an end goal.
You gotta look back at it on the sense of like, you had somebody to like watch her and be there with her. Cause
absolutely.
There's some people that get them calls like, let's go, and they like,
nobody.
yo, I can't do it.
Nah,
I got nobody to watch, but you was able to like, yo, J-Ma, hold this down.
My family held it down.
Be back in like 2-3 days.
Yeah, my family held it down. My mom's and both my sisters moved to North Carolina, around college. But before then, like my sister always used to watch my daughter, my mom, my grandmother was always there. So like I had people there to hold it down. My grandmother always told me like, yo, you go do what you gotta do. I'm gonna hold it down here. When you get back,
That's it.
you know.
I ain't gonna lie, like
That's dope.
that is very important, right? And that's not something that I think as black men we vocalize enough of as often, because having that support system, like even like a few episodes ago we had our ladies on the show, and I kept reiterating the fact like we appreciate them because like somebody like right now like my friends somebody gotta be home with my kids when they come here and do something. You know what I'm saying? If I'm at work or we gotta go do something, like somebody has to be able to step in and do that. Some people don't have that, and some people, like Sai was saying, like they pass up opportunities because they don't have the support system or the village behind them. So it's very kudos to to your family to be able to see like like we're gonna support David, like there's a goal in mind. We're behind him. We're gonna support him the best as he can, because if he got to keep trying to get on these flights, second guessing like, oh man, like where my daughter's gonna be or what's going on or whatever, like you can't focus and do what you gotta go and do. Yeah. So shout out to them for real.
Nah, man, I'm super grateful for my moms and my grandmothers. Both of them passed away, so rest in peace to them. But yeah, but I'm like, it was never like a question. It's like, yo, I would get a call and my grandmother would be like, who's that? And I'd be like, yo, it's
bag is being packed.
She's like, all right, cool, you know what I'm saying?
Something to eat real quick.
Yeah, she's like, yo, I had some stuff I had to do, but
you pack something for the plane.
Yeah, like let me get you right. And it was like, yo, bro, it was like a no-brainer. Like, if my moms would be there, my moms would be like say if she going out or whatever, I get a call. So, you gotta go where? Flight leave when? LaGuardia? Sorry, well, yo, I can't come. I gotta take my son to the airport. Huh? No, bye. And we was out, like it would be it'd be no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
I ain't gonna lie, I probably wouldn't trust no NFL team to send me a flight out of LaGuardia though.
Bro, when they book,
LaGuardia is nice now. LaGuardia is nice now.
Nigga, put me on Spirit.
3 years ago,
put me on Spirit. I'm out.
Nah.
I'm out. Put me on Spirit.
Spirit is the same as the B-44.
So they don't do it like that. They ask you what airline you want to, unless they got so certain teams have
private
deals with certain airlines. So if they got to deal with that airline, they already like, yo, you gotta. Our next flight is from United at. I mean,
you gotta do what you gotta do.
But at the same time, bro, like I always let them know, like, yo, JFK is closer. But at the same time, it's like everything is time sensitive.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So it's like if you want to, I'm about to say, if you want to go to LaGuardia and that flight leaves at 8. I mean JFK, but that flight leaves at 8. But we had LaGuardia, it's a flight at 4, and it's only noon. Why am I waiting?
Yeah. No, I definitely understand.
Yeah, because he's not serious. He ain't that serious.
Yeah, that's exactly what they it means that much to you? Nah, fam, just don't put me on Spirit.
That was all jokes, because
put me on Spirit. I'm out.
Just don't
put me on Spirit.
Bro, I'm 6'5", bro. Like, I'll be, like, with good leg room, bro, I'm still, like,
listen. You gotta think about the bigger picture here.
I do. That's why my legs be in the when they come through with the car, I be like, oh my bad, bro. I be like this, bro.
So at what point was, all right, so you Green Bay, Matt Flynn, did this thing or whatever. I mean, Aaron Rodgers obviously got back at some point. But at what point was, in your mind, all right, the NFL, like the dream of the career for the NFL, it's clipped.
After that.
So after Green Bay, it was just like, all right, cool, I'm going home now. So walk us through your mental state now. Like, what are you thinking? Like, all right, like NFL is done. I gotta go back home. I got family support. I gotta go back to school if that's what I choose to do. Like, walk us through your mental way, where you are as a man, a black man, as a family man, trying to navigate what you're gonna do tomorrow.
I was depressed, bro. Like, I was embarrassed for people to see me. Yo, one day I was driving my so I had a fairly new car, but it was still an Indy. So I ended up seeing this dude in CVS with my grandmother's van. And so when I tell you, and this is my man, right? So I shouldn't have felt embarrassed. But it was like, my grandmom's old, she needed her medication. I'm not about to take it. And this wasn't no Uber where it'd be here in 3 minutes. It was a cab.
Yeah, call, wait 15
You just hear the waiting. It was like, all right, bet, so let me go. And I see this nigga Steve, and we just chopping it up regular.
Who's Steve?
I'm not calling you that.
Thank you. I'm about to say.
I'm not calling you that.
No.
So I see this nigga Steve, and he coming out of CVS too, and we just chopping it up regular. And I'm like, damn, I do not want to walk to my grandmother's van. And he like, yo, what you about to get into? I'm like, I head home. He like, all right.
Like, Steve, just go.
He kind of like,
Like, damn, nigga, move.
I never even told this nigga this shit ever, bro, ever. Did you ever know? I've never told you this before. So I'm like, just standing there like.
But I would have never judged you. I'm not even gonna lie.
No, I don't. Like I said, it wasn't about you. Like I knew, I had money in my pocket. I was good. I wasn't struggling financially at all. I just my car was still in Indy, so it was just like. Should I
hop in the station wagon or not?
I think I'm about to go back to CVS. But he knew I had the best. So he knew I had shit else.
It don't matter. Yeah, bro. Yeah, I'm about to holler at you.
We don't know what you forgot. Oh, shit, I forgot some other shit. I'll holler at you though, bro.
I ain't gonna first over my kids. So I was like, I got in that van, so I was like, this thing probably thinks I'm a failure. And I was just depressed, bro. But I was more so fucked up about myself. Like, I felt like I let my family down. And did I let my family down as a man? Nah, I didn't. But I could have done so much more. You know what I'm saying?
But you know what's crazy? Like, Dave, he don't know. He probably don't know this, but I admire Dave. Like, I look up to him. Not like a big homie type shit, but you know, like as a man, as a man, like when Steph was first born, like this is who I came to because I know he was a dope father. Like he been in all his kids' life since day one. And I came to him like, yo, bro, I don't know what this car seat is. He's like, bro, you don't got the car seat in yet? Like, she about to have the baby. I'm like, yo, bro, it's just sitting in the car. I don't know how to do it.
Yo, I saw Tia walking down the street waddling. Legree. I'm like, is that Tia? Nah, that can't be Tia. She keeps saying my name. She keeps saying, I'm like, oh, shit, that's Tia. I called this nigga. I said, yo, Tia downstairs. He like, all right, well, tell him I'll be downstairs in like 5 minutes. I said, no, Tia's downstairs now. Let's go now. So he like, yo, bro, what's up with the car? I'm like, bro, you ain't been put the car seat in? He's like, nah, bro. So I could just imagine this nigga driving.
That shit
and he's swerving the car seat just.
Steve just put the seatbelt over the baby like,
no, I'm like, yo, bro.
I put my car seat in Mad League too. Because I ain't know how my first, these are things that like I said, I didn't grow up around people who had kids, especially small like that. So I didn't know nothing about how to shut the car. I ain't gonna lie, I swear to God.
Then the shit gotta go backwards.
Yo, I swear to God.
He definitely had to see.
Yo, the first day.
He would have had my son Steph looking over like.
Yo, the first day to put the car seat in, like me, I try to pre-plan. I'm like, all right, I know the countdown's coming. I mean, throw this shit in the back of the car, so I'm good. So I'm like, I took like a few days to get that shit right. Cause I'm sitting there trying to show like, where the fuck this shit go? I'm thinking like, it just go over. I'm thinking it just go over, but I'm like, in my head, I'm like, nah, I see other niggas' V's, it ain't like that. I'm like, nah, it ain't like that. So I'm like, nah, hold on. So now I'm thinking, right? Now I'm thinking about, look, I'm doing my man.
Gone.
Look,
his shit flew out the window one day. He was making a left. He had to. I know this nigga.
Yo, so I'm thinking like, who in my man's with a baby right now? I could call the thing. So nobody clicked. I got the friends who got kids, but at that moment, I said, we going fucking YouTube, B. I went on YouTube. I said, all right, here we go. We good. But I did that like on the third day. I did that like on the third day. The first 2 days, I tried doing, I'm like, yo. My mentality was like, yo, F this joint. Like, she had the baby today anyway, so I'm good. Next day came.
I thought you meant that third day like your baby was here, like you was just holding up.
Nah, I was trying to prepare, but like that struggle, I'm sure mad fathers out there dealt with that.
I ain't gonna hold you. It is. That's, I ain't gonna lie. That's 100% it. Cause y'all would have called me, I'd have been like,
yeah. Now
I was lucky that
I was able to do it 1, 2, 3, bro. Like, cause at that point, bro, I'm like,
you know. I'm sorry. The only reason why mine wasn't smooth was because my sister had already had kids. So, but on top of that, she had the old school ones where like she had the ones where it was like just a metal clip where you got to go underneath and pull in and go whatever. So that's the only reason why I knew, because When we got my shit, I said, what the fuck is this? Because it was in the same clips. Mine was the one, like, as soon as you stab it, it clips, it grabs whatever. So I said, and it was so quick that I was like, this shit got me fucked up. So I took it out. I said, no. Something's wrong with this one. Because there's no way in hell that this shit went in 1, 2, 3.
Speaking of car seats, this has something that happened last week, and I need the viewer's opinion. I need your opinion, right? I called Dave the other day. So I was driving, because the day we did the podcast with our ladies. So we dropped Steph off at Tia's cousin's house. So we took my car. So she took my car seat because she was going to have Steph for the day. So now we get back that same night, they drop Steph off. Her and Tia put the car seat back in the car. So now the car seat's in the car. It's like I left it the same way, right? So now I want to say one day last week. So I'm driving and I hit the brake because, I didn't want to get the speed of red camera light. So I hit the brake.
Just boom.
This nigga Steph go flying.
Oh, man.
Bro, in the car seat, because I strapped him in, but he go flying, like now he behind the seat, leaned over. So I pushed the car seat back, so I called Tia like, yo, you didn't fucking lock the car seat in? She said, why don't you check the car seat every day? I'm like, why the fuck would I?
No. Listen.
Every day?
Hold on. I got you. Listen. You might have left them in the shop for too long. You might have left them in the bath for 45 minutes, but absolutely not. If I put that shit in the one time, it's in there. I'm not checking it.
So this is what I said. I said that I'm not checking it every day. However, every time I put my kid in, I check it.
Yeah, you do shake.
I like.
But that might not. But here's what it is.
I don't do that.
But no. It doesn't matter.
See, you can't just throw stuff in him.
Nah.
No. This nigga just throw stuff in him. Here's your iPad. Here's some cigarettes.
Hold on.
Lighter.
I'm gonna tell you why. I don't agree with that, right? Because
I don't ever take it out. So what am I checking it for?
Doesn't even matter, right? This is why, right? When they were babies, right, and they were more leaned back or whatever, the seat is not in the same way no more. So now that he's up, sitting upright, right? That's why they have the strap that from the back that either clips on to the headrest. Mine goes all the way to the back seat because the SUV is in the back of the seat.
Yeah, they have that.
That's what's missing. Because if that back strap is not on or it's not on behind the headrest and not clipped in, that's why he's going flying. So in their mind, they clipped it into the bottom and that was it.
Nah, but there's a clips that go on the bottom and there's one that goes through. It goes through.
So what I'm saying is, it doesn't have to go through.
Because
Because what I'm saying is like, all right, so my car seat, right? So you clip in the bottoms, right? And behind the
I don't use that one. That was too much
I'm
work.
about to say, first of all, there's 100 different car seats. So I'm not going to argue about you. I'm just saying. All right, the one, it sounds like you have the same one to me.
Mine's clip, you clip the joint and the seatbelt goes
across.
Through it, underneath the seat, and you lock it in, and you clip in, that's it.
Yeah, so now when you move it, you can tell if it ain't.
So that means that the first time they never moved.
What I'm saying is, if the seat belt, the car seat's been in there all this time, and I just put them in there, lock them in, I'm not shaking the car. I don't do that.
So, all right.
That's like
honestly,
to
I don't
me.
either. I don't
to
either.
me personally,
all right,
listen to me. To me personally, that's like checking the bolts on my tires every single day.
That's different,
I
bro.
know they're not going nowhere.
Look, let me tell
I'm
you
in the car. Like checking your tires
He went
every
flying
day.
though. All right, let me tell you what I do. All
Son.
right. So look, the car seat thing for me and my lady, that's my responsibility, right? So times I left her with the car and the car she had to put it in. She don't know how to put it in. The same way how I didn't know when I first.
Right.
To this day, I think she still don't know how to put the car seat in correct. So me knowing that, every time I know she had the car and we swap cars, whatever the case is, my first time getting it back in the car with my son, I will go, I check because I know she didn't do it right. Even her brother's car, because they always miss the lock part underneath the seatbelt. That's the most important part where it snaps. That's what holds the fucking seat in, really, like from going anywhere. And nobody really, I learned it, but because I put it in millions of times, they don't know that. So first thing I do when I get the car back, I check that. I check everything. I know they gonna miss something. I check it. Then after I know I check it, I'm good.
Yeah.
I think it's all.
So
you just on some like
you check because that's your kid.
But Tia
I think it's also.
Tia has the same car seat I have. We both have two different cars.
But
the same car
that's what I'm
seat.
saying. The difference in the cars, right? But that's what I'm saying to you. So like I said, on the back of the car seats, There's like it looked like golf pants. There's mad straps, mad buckles.
It's crazy. So it's crazy. But once you know yours, you locked in.
Yeah.
Quick, I go.
They
But
have
y'all
the
not
same
saying that.
seat.
We have
They
the same seat.
exact
We
one.
both have a Benz. We have the same back seat, same car seat.
She probably never strapped it in
I'm
correct the
thinking
whole
she
time.
put she never snapped it in. Period. It wasn't snapped in.
Oh,
nothing.
she just put the seat
She
there.
put the seat in the car. But I'm thinking.
That's what I'm saying. So how you not check that, bro?
Yeah.
I'm not saying you check
I'm
it
not
every
checking. You know
day.
why I'm not
Nah,
checking it?
so you put
I'm
it
not
down?
checking it because she has the same car seat, same back seat, and she knows how to lock it in.
When you put him in
So
the
I'm
seat,
thinking
when they
she
move,
locked it
It's
in.
your car though. It's your car.
Yeah, but I'm thinking she locked it in.
But she ain't locking it in your car. You know, T out here.
Why wouldn't she?
No, but listen.
Because stuff ain't in there. So she like, here
put the
go
So
your
tell
car
me.
seat back.
Yeah.
Here go your car seat back.
Tell me.
But listen,
Tell me.
Yes, okay.
Tell me.
Okay.
Oh, I never locked in the car. Now, before I put stuff in there, I'm gonna lock it in.
Here's what I'm gonna say. Here's what I'm gonna say.
Could she have told you? Yes. But are you supposed to check? Yes.
Hold on.
Hold on. I'm gonna say this, right?
Yes.
The BAP situation, you was wrong. On this one, it's like it can go either way.
I'm not saying you wrong. I'm just saying like.
No, the BAP thing, he was wrong. And this one is like, it can
He
be like
wasn't
either
in
way.
there. He wasn't in there for 45 minutes, bro. He was in there maybe.
The problem is
30.
just like what Sai was saying, is like if you're doing it from jump. Anyway, I'm pretty sure when MJ was born, you put it in.
Yeah, I did.
And, and every time. So then, of course, if you say like stuff, she can't do it because she's not used to doing it like that.
Yeah.
So when she's putting it in your car, it is honestly your damn duty to do it.
I thought you was on my side.
I don't believe that. I don't buy that.
No,
She
but listen,
has it.
no, forget all that.
So-
All right, look. How about this? Forget all the duties, right? All right. I don't know if anybody can agree with this. When
I
you
got a nice dad into
when you
today.
put in when you put in your car
I
in the
do
car
too.
seat, right?
I'm a guest.
When you put in your kid in the car seat, right? It's never that easy of a process. Like just to throw them in there and they're good. Once you put them in the car seat, at some sort the car seat moves and tilts.
It does.
So I'm sure the car's not even strapped in, bro. No, why you probably just threw it?
I told you. He be picking up stuff from school here, stuff. Here's your iPad.
All right, listen. So to wrap
Here's
this up
some
real
icy.
quick.
Don't talk for 20 minutes.
Right? Like me and my lady, we share the same vehicle, right? But like for instance, like today, I took the car to get detailed because it's the only time like it's not gonna snow like or rain tomorrow.
It's snowing right on the way here.
It definitely was snowing around.
I'm worried about
little
that.
light, yeah,
That was
light.
fine, but it ain't like snow like sticking to the ground. Anyhow, car seat's out the car. So when I go back in the garage, I know I'm gonna put the car seat back in because we're gonna go out with him later on, right? If she needs to take it out because she gotta get stuff, whatever the case may be, understandably, yeah, you put the kid in there or whatever, you move it and stuff like that. But if they have the same exact one, I also would imagine like, yo, you have the same exact car type of backseat, you're gonna put it in because you know we're gonna put our kid in here. But at the end of the day, moving forward, just double check.
That's what I'm
That's it.
asking.
That's what I
Just
asked you.
double check.
Moving
She
forward, did that
said,
change that for you?
I check the car seat every day before I put them in there because you're supposed to. I was like, you're not.
I ain't gonna lie.
Every day?
Let me ask you this.
Nah, I ain't taking every day. If I lock it down, if I
hold
know it's
on,
in there
hold on.
once, I know why.
Hold on, let me ask you this, right, real quick, and we're just gonna say yes or no, so we're gonna drag it on, right? If you were to go and check that seat that she put into your car, and they called her like, yo, you didn't attach the car seat in, what do you think her response would have been, positive or negative?
Negative.
Negative.
It was.
I feel like that should be.
Well,
I think I called her.
Negative.
I feel like that should be.
I called her. She made it my fault.
That's what I'm saying to you, right?
But that's what I'm saying. I feel like we're saying the same thing. So yeah,
That's what I was getting at. I was gonna say, at the end of the day, granted, she might not have done it properly or whatever, but we just gotta double check it. Because I understand, at the end of the day, if you call her and say, yo,
it's gonna be
if you
your
call
fault
her,
anyway.
when you call her and say you didn't do this, immediately it's an
This is
argument.
what
So
I
ain't even
called
want
her.
that
I
shit.
said, you know what? You said you do it every day. One day I'm just gonna unsnap your shit.
This nigga was crazy.
He's trying to get his lick back.
You check it every day, right? You
Trying
check it every
to
day.
get his lick
So
back.
now when Steph is flying through the backseat, you gonna know you didn't check that day.
You hurt the child.
This dude is crazy, son. I'm telling you, son. This nigga just throwing
Yo.
stuff in the backseat,
Tia.
bro.
Forgive him. I'm sorry you gotta deal with this kind of stuff. I'm sorry.
T, I held you down, fam.
tried.
Don't
You
say I
definitely
did. I held you down,
All
fam.
right, so So before we get towards the end of the show, right? So we talked about before that, you left Green Bay, came home, felt, embarrassed about this, what happened, what transpired or whatever the case may be, right? And you were feeling depressed. Did you just get through it, or did you like talk to anybody or get help for it, or like what happened?
I just sat there for, I want to say like a good month or two, really, and just kind of like evaluated what I wanted to do, where I wanted to go. I just try to figure things out. I knew I had some money, so I knew I had time, but I didn't want to get too careless. So I had a nice little cushion to figure it out.
It's your mind, right?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like I didn't have to, damn, I'm back. What am I gonna do right this instant? So I had some time, I was able to chill. This dude I know, he put me on, he was like, yo, I'm doing a security joint, you can come work at the Barclays Center. And I'm like, nah, I don't want to work at the Barclays Center. I don't want to see people. He like, yo, you be on the floor, basically watching games, doing your thing, and you getting paid for it.
You ever finished school?
Now I'm in school right now, actually, bro. Like, so I'm finally doing that. So the story with that was I tried to go back to Hampton, but at that time the criteria changed. They wasn't allowing me to do the classes online. So
you had to go to campus.
Yeah. So I had to go.
And
on
they wanted him
campus.
to stay on campus at that time too.
So
There's
no point.
This is about the bread.
I every time I would call, I would try to explain to them. I tried to I feel like what I was saying was very logical. It made so much sense. Like I'm already in my career here, right? My principal's offering me a job here, right? She needs me to work here.
But you need this.
Right, yeah. All I need to do is just finish these last 3 classes online.
Just 3 freaking classes.
You know what I'm saying? And they was like, oh yeah, you were almost done your last semester. I'm like, yeah. So I'm like, when she telling me this, I'm like, she gonna throw me the lob. I'm gonna go ahead, you know what I mean?
Catch the
She like, yeah, unfortunately we're not allowed to allow you to finish your last couple classes online. And I'm like, why? Like, is it just me? Like, is it something I did? Is there a hold on my account? No hold on your account. It's nothing. So basically, it's fuck Hampton. Honestly.
Because for them, the way they see it, honestly, 3 classes, you can't be a full-time student. For them, it's money.
Yes, that's what it is. That's what I'm saying. Fuck them, because it's like
money grab.
It's like, yeah, I was on a scholarship, but you still make money for that though. Like I'm like
money,
you still,
the money's coming from
somewhere. You still make money from it. I'm not going to. I mean, I'm going to school for free, but it ain't free for me to go to school. Like if that makes sense. Like somebody's paying for me to go to school.
Money going in.
You know what I'm saying?
It don't matter who pays for it.
still get paid.
So Hampton,
So
you're
let me
making your
do-
money. So let me
do
go
it
finish these
how I
last
wanna-
3 classes, and I've been good.
With the scholarship, even though you're going years later, that it still stood? Or you
So
have to
you
come
have to
out of
be
your own pocket?
no. It's supposed to be free, right? So once you're 80% done your degree, your school is obligated to pay for your.
They trying to double dip at that point.
Bro, Hampton just was like, yo, we're gonna do what we want. You can take it how you want.
So they still got the money though.
Syracuse money.
I ain't gonna front. I called Syracuse, but so the thing about it is, Syracuse said that they would allow me to finish my degree. However, they're not gonna accept the Hampton credits that I.
That's how schools are.
Now you're starting over.
Which is
So it's
sad.
like,
Nah.
You go from 3 classes to
That's two
5,
more
6,
years,
7.
right? I'd be like 2 more years. You had to.
yeah, it's 2 more years.
It's like, nah.
So it's like, yo, it's like as much as I would love to go finish these 3 classes or have a degree from Syracuse, I also don't want to be in school for 2 whole
All
more
right,
years.
now, maybe I'm wrong, 'cause I don't know how this works, right? So if you would have went back to Syracuse, right, to the classes, right, would you be able to play sports again still?
Nah.
Because
he's in-
maybe went to the NFL and shit. Like,
yeah,
that's
so
kinda
like once, so it's like you got everybody has like a time, right?
Yeah.
So like once your time starts ticking, you have 5 years to play 4, basically, right?
Yeah.
So you could redshirt, like what I did my first year, or I want to say 5 years. So like you can have a regular redshirt, or like if you have like a injury, like a severe injury, it's called.
You can do 6, right?
Yes, I was about to say you could have like a medical red shirt, right? So you could red shirt the first year. That red shirt just basically means like you want to develop this young player, this and the third, and then the next time you want a red shirt,
It
has to be a medical. Unless there's a new one or one that I'm
Some
not.
kind of
No,
like
it's
loopholes
so you
around
basically
it.
have 6 years of eligibility. After that,
All right, so
then
after
it's
that,
good
so
for
you going back to Syracuse 1 and 2 was overweight.
Yeah, so I'm just, they gonna be just looking at me like
Plus he's fucking 30, about to play.
Yeah, I'm about to say, they gonna be looking at me some old fat nigga, like this old nigga in class. Like, meanwhile, I used to really be running that shit. Like, I used to be.
You must be the real life Zeke.
Oh no, all right, no. I was trying to think, was it like a way you could go back and finesse, like, because, but I'm saying, I was thinking like in 2 years, you know, your show could be fucking better, and you could like go back and, all right, cool.
Nah, it's clipped.
Yeah,
Like,
All right,
Yeah,
so
so Hampton,
tell me
yeah.
now. So, all right,
yeah,
so what,
fuck it,
so
super fuck Hampton.
you guys alluded earlier.
Super fuck them niggas.
You guys alluded to earlier that you guys coach, right? So what are you currently doing now in your life? So where are you now? Like, what are you doing now?
I'm working in the same school as this dude right here. me and this dude be
You guys see the
coach.
motherfucker every day?
Bro, me and this
That's
dude
my
be.
dog every day,
dope, bro.
every night pause. We on the 2K.
Hey, I don't know why every
Fuck,
day.
you some type of freak or something?
I know, right? I said pause.
Nah, but yeah, yo, that's my dog right here. So yeah, we work in the same high school, Brooklyn Collegiate High School. I'm a dean in the building. I'm also.
So you his boss.
No, I'm the guidance counselor. We
Well,
don't
yeah,
have. We're
we-
not each other boss.
yeah, we know.
I thought the deans was like in charge after the principal.
Nah, it's different. They not a
Nah,
school
we
system,
don't
now they
really,
broke it up.
we don't intertwine with each other's.
Because he's more
jo-
academic in the sense.
Yes,
You're-
I'm
More
disciplinary.
and I'm
He's
academic. I
academic.
get them out of trouble. He puts them,
back in trouble.
No, I send out the suspension. And he's like, well, yeah, you can't punish them twice. I'm like, yo, bro, like. The kid walked out of the building. He was caught smoking weed. He was cutting class.
asked you a question,
He's like,
right?
yeah, but he's a good kid.
Yeah, is he like mad lenient? Like he be on the
Bro,
side
this
of
nigga is a
Yeah,
pushover.
Not a pushover. Soft. Not a pushover.
So,
son.
yo, but I've seen him like be like get fed up, like
Stern,
cause
It depends. Yo, you gotta give. I believe in chances. You gotta give people chances and the benefit of the doubt. You gotta allow. You gotta allow them to
ain't no 3 strikes
to
either.
make up for whatever they did. If I tell you one thing, if I get you out of trouble one time, I'm not expecting you to do it again. I'm gonna get you out of trouble. I'm the type of person, I'm gonna get you out of trouble the first time. The second time is like, yo, bro, I helped you the last time. There's so much I could do. So then it's like, you know
help
what?
him again.
bro, he's the type of dude, bro, that he's the type of dude as kids you want as your guidance counselor.
That's what we need.
Like he a
yeah.
dope ass guidance counselor. Like we all have a great relationship with the kids and even myself too. Like even though I'm like the one that has to like be the disciplinary and you know like kind of have to be the one that like damn it's unfortunate but I gotta suspend you. I gotta send you to detention or whatever it may be. We all have dope relationships with the kids, but at the same time he's the kind of guidance counselor that I would want.
You need
as a
that.
kid, you know what I'm
Kid
saying? Like
needs
somebody that I could relate to, someone that's not out of touch with the youth, and someone that could be like, yo, like, damn, Mr. Remy, I fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Hold me down real quick. But I always try to tell him, I'm like, yo, bro, son, these little niggas be trying to take advantage, bro. Like, I mean, they not taking advantage of me, bro. Like, they be looking at me like, son, this nigga don't play. This nigga's annoying. I don't care.
Like the other day, he was in the meeting, and one of the kids like, yo, he be mad disrespectful to telling his mom. I'm like, bro, he's not disrespectful. He's just not gonna tolerate the way you speak. I said, I'm okay with the way you speak to me because like I don't take that to the heart, and I'm not gonna look at you as, but him, he's not playing with you. Like he's not playing with no kid. Like with me, I'll joke around with you because I feel like
kids I want to play with.
Yo, that is, bro. Like, I'm like, yo, people call me in the meetings like, yo, what's up? They be like,
suspend him.
what we here for? Like,
He's like, oh, he's
oh, he mad me. He mad me. I'm not mean,
I'm like,
bro.
yo,
I
you know-
just.
You know what's so funny?
Doing my job.
I got stuff to do. And yo, you know what's really the thing about it, bro, is because I'm in school while working in school, while trying to raise a family, while trying to make sure my lady
trying to
happy.
get your
and-
education together.
Yo, it's so much on my plate,
gotta lie.
bro. Like I don't
you
even
have
like.
the
I'm
space
not
for the bulls.
Yeah, like I'm like, fam, you 14 years old, bro. Like you're not about. I'm not your bro. I'm not son. You're not about to have your hand on your nuts while you're talking to me. You're not doing that, bro. Like, and I feel like the reason why I'm like this is because I would want someone to be with my kid. How, like, I would want my son to have a guidance counselor like him. I would want my son to have a dean like me. Right? You have to have the best of both worlds. We can't both be jokey.
Yeah.
We can't both be mad serious. So it's like.
It's unbalanced.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like,
but that gives it the balance.
exactly. So it's like I want my son to be like, yo, like, nah.
I could get in trouble, but if I do, he gonna save me, but I don't want to get in trouble, so I'm not gonna fuck up. But if I know if I do, I'm good.
Yeah, but I'm also human. Like, cause I'm not gonna act like these kids ain't human, and I ain't gonna act like I ain't never fuck up when I was in high school. Like, you know what I'm saying?
So you Joe Clark?
Nah, I ain't that. I ain't cracking the whip now. Come on, bro. Come on. I have a good time, but it's like I have to know where to draw the line, cause these kids, bro, like.
Yeah, they gonna touch you.
Like, yo, bro, like you play around with them a little bit, you know, like you nudge them a little bit, they trying to tackle you the next period. Like, bro, like it was a 2-second joke, bro. Like now all of a sudden they think they can square up with you. Like, bro, relax. Like, and they don't know time and place, and that's the thing about kids, bro. Like, I don't know if we was like this. I don't know if we was like this in high school, but. Bro, like
I'm gonna fuck you up off camera, but don't try to attack me on camera now.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm about to say, yo.
But that's what's different. That's what's different because when we think about it, right? When we were like in high school and stuff like that, how many people looked like us?
Oh, nah.
That's what I'm saying. So majority of the time, it was a white guy, old person. And you was like, all right, whatever. You already knew it was what it's gonna be from.
But that's why I said what I said. Like, I want my son to have a guidance counselor like him. Like, I want my son to have a dean like me. Like someone that's going to shoot straight with you. Like, I always try to bring these kids in, like, shoot straight. Like, son, like, you fucking up.
Facts.
They like, oh, you're not allowed to talk to me like that. Why? You say it all the time.
So
I can't say something that you say. I'm a grown ass man.
But that's,
like,
that's the thing.
And when you talk to them like that, and they be like, nah, like, son, cool. I just can't be doing no dumb shit. Because I'm not going to act like you can't be human. Like, you're going to mess up. I'm a grown man, I mess up. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm not.
Take that away from you.
Yeah, I'm not going to take away. Like, you don't have to be perfect, but at the same time, you're not just going to continuously be late or continuously be cursing out the teacher or continuously walking out of class. And like, you know what I'm saying? Exactly. And that's where I come into play with you getting suspended, and that's where he be giving them too many chances and be like, he only walked out 3 times, or he only went to the store right across the street. He left school. He cannot leave school.
The first time I'll do that. The second time I'm not. I'm not speak to you. But other than that, we coach a team together. I know Dave got his own organization where they train young athletes to get them to the league. Him and his friends who were in the league. Yeah, football.
We focus on football. So we have this. I'm the owner and co-founder of this joint called Supreme Athletic Training.
Talk to the people. Somebody to find you at. You know what I mean?
So my business account, Supreme Athletic Training. You can also check us out at Air Show Academy, and my personal. It don't really matter about my personal account. Y'all show me some love on my business page, and we good. Man. You know, it's about sports, about youth league, high school. You know, just trying to.
Is there an age requirement?
Yeah, so youth league to high school really. So I would say about ages 6 to 18. I also have semi-pro kids. I have 4 college quarterbacks that I train. So I mean, it started out very small, just with youth league, and it's
growth.
Yeah,
perfect.
you know.
So we'll definitely make sure we put that in the description below and tag that. Make sure you folks at home who got athletic children, if you want to get them into that, by all means, we're here for the people. Yeah. So we'll go around real quick, give our dad and tips of the day, and we go ahead and get into Styles' Corner. We're gonna start with Steve today.
Yeah. All right. My dad and tip of the day for the dads with the automobiles, just make sure you check the car seat every day. That's my dad.
All right, cool. my dad and tip is to piggyback off like your whole story and everything. It's just stay focused and don't miss your opportunities. Just that, cause like regardless of what, like I salute you for what you did. Regardless that you didn't make it to be a big star, whatever the case is, you still got that time to live. You still got to be in the NFL and still succeed on flights. And some people I know never even left Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? Right. Especially the growing up, when we grew up the same like years, like, you know what I'm saying? People wasn't even thinking about doing that. And you sacrifice your daughter at home and the bigger picture here. So like this simple, don't be afraid to chase your dreams, because you never know where it could go. And being that you chase your dreams, it's never a failing point, I feel. Because regardless of what, that just wasn't God's plan, but you had your own plan, and now you are where you are now. You're doing the things that you're doing now, and I salute that.
Appreciate it.
Damn, man, I like that one. That was a beautiful one.
I appreciate it.
Appreciate that. Got you. My dad and tip lesson of the week, I would say always be networking. And I say that on a personal and business sense. You never know who you're going to share an elevator with, a train car with, meet online at a coffee shop, wherever the case may be, right? Always be selling yourself. We love this podcast, love what we do, we're growing this business. Every opportunity I have to talk to somebody about what it is that I do outside of my normal career, I'm going to talk about it and I'm going to be proud of it and show it out. So you never know who's listening. Just whatever business you have, whatever it is, don't give up what you're trying to do. Show yourself love, respect what your craft is, put in the work, and always be networking.
Real quick before you go, I'm sorry.
No. Why you had to wait for me though? Like,
because I thought about it when he said the networking. It's crazy because we started this thing called advisory in school where I meet with the kids in different groups 3 times a week. And I told them that I do a podcast, and he was like, "Yo, that's dope." And they pulled it up and subscribed, all of them, and like without me even telling them. I just told them what it was about and what we do.
That's dope.
And they subscribe. I do want us to do an episode at the school though. I think
I was going to say.
That's coming up.
So, a couple of people on the side has hit me up about coming to not necessarily shoot a podcast, but having a conversation in an open panel forum with their students or whatever, based on the last episode that we did. So that's definitely something we're gonna to go into.
Yeah. So my just dadding, it's for Steve a little bit, but it's have accountability to remove the responsibility. Basically meaning like, I'm gonna use yours as an example. It's like, it's your car. You're accountable for your vehicle. You're accountable for your child in your car. So you have to be accountable for that. Everything is strapped in. So it removes the responsibility while you're driving to be worried about him popping out the car seat. A lot of times people don't take accountability for the decision that they're making in time, and then you have questions and answer later because it's your responsibility. So there's no different like I do at work. Like take accountability for your work. Have pride behind what you're doing. Because at the end of the day, it removes the responsibility of having you explain,
Absolutely.
I didn't do what I had to do. There's no shot at you, honestly, but it's just simple things. It's like, it's your vehicle. You're right, we don't check the wheels, but I have accountability with my own vehicle because I go pick up my kids. I go a long distance. I do walk around my car, look at my tires. I do see if a little lug nut is missing. I ain't sitting there turning them, but I have the accountability because later on in time, it could become a responsibility now. That I got my kids in my car, my tire might go flat on me. So I know it's mine, so just take account. Like for everybody, just take accountability so it removes the responsibility because the responsibility is always much more bigger when you remove the accountability of the situation.
Got you.
Damn,
Preach.
This shit.
Let's cut that out so Tia don't see it.
Watch this episode.
Yo, you thinking that off the top of your head?
I give a dad and tip.
Yep.
Yeah, of course.
So my dad and tip would be adversity is opportunity in disguise. So we are all faced with adverse situations, becoming a first-time dad, and we get so caught up sometimes of the pressure it may bring that we don't realize that this adversity is an opportunity to be such a dope-ass father, and sometimes that gets lost. So I just want to say, like, that would be my dad and tip. Like, adversity is an opportunity in disguise, and the opportunity that we have every day to wake up to our kids and be dope ass fathers, and from just us here to everyone around the world, it's just, it's a blessing for me to wake up to mine, and I see the podcast a lot. I see what you guys are doing. As dads, I'm always with Steve, and I see what he's doing with Steph. It's just, it's dope to me, so, that would be,
Appreciate it.
that's definitely my dad and tip. Appreciate y'all boys having me, man.
For sure.
No doubt. And now we're going to turn the corner.
Styles
Ain't going that far.
Baby.
Step of the corner, I guess. Styles corner. Something I would touch on. I typically, some people say that's like my talking point. I say talk is cheap, even a kid can afford it.
So you're a rapper?
I don't know about spit some
Bars.
bars.
We having bars.
I said, like,
Yo, listen. I said talk is cheap.
yeah, nah,
I ain't gonna
seriously.
front, I was about to put my
Yeah, right. Like, nah, seriously though. But talk is cheaper than a kid can afford it. But it takes somebody with some type of maturity to have understanding and investment in their words, or more so investment in their actions. A lot of times people will tell you all type of things and they say all type of stuff. And I even say you said something perfect because you speak about your father, about, he put his actions before his words and started stepping up. But a lot of people like to say certain things and say they'll pop up or they do certain things and just don't show up. And I also add on my just dadding part is my tip is that, talk is cheap, so it's easier to say, I'm gonna take accountability for what I say, but then what's your action showing it? And again, no shots taken, but you can say accountability next time I go around my car and check, but then you have to take the actions and actually do it. It's easy to say that your T is saying that did you do it, but did you actually go and actually check it? So when I say it takes a mature person to say it, because it's just like when you told your kid, every time your kid does something, I see your kids have they have their siblings each one. You telling your kid to say sorry, kids don't know what sorry necessarily means. The action is, it takes a mature person or growth to be like, all right, I apologize for what I did, and it means you don't do it again. And then you also gotta respect the other person and say, I don't have to accept your apology until you show me in your actions that you actually sorry for what you did. So, like I said, in my corner, pretty much, it's exactly what I say. Talk is cheap, even a kid can afford it. But be mature about what your decision is and the words you're saying, because you gotta be held accountable for it. And your actions speaks way more louder than your words. Even though people love saying it's the easy thing to say, but a lot of times you can shut up and just show that you're sorry. You can shut up and just show that you really learned the lesson from what it is. A lot of people have a bad habit of saying, I'm sorry, or I knew about that, but you didn't know shit. That's why you did it. So just own that shit. Like, I didn't know, my bad. I'm gonna take a step back and fix the problem that it is by my actions. And you be respectful for the person to understand that they don't have to accept your apology either. They don't have to accept your sorries. You don't have to even accept anything you're saying because, like I said, it's cheap. Because at the end of the day, we all have words. We all got vocabulary, so we all can say what the hell we want. I can tell you right now, I got $1 million. But do I? Or can I show you I got it? So then, pretty much that's the end of it on my point of view on Styles Corner. Like I said, talk is cheap, even the kid can afford it. So y'all grown folks, show some investment in your words.
That's gospel right there, man.
It's a fact.
So,
Shout out to
this is why he got his own corner, because I could never said none of that shit.
Not even a
My
corner.
talk is very cheap.
Shit, I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't gonna hold you.
My talk is cheap.
The way he talking, he about to have a block next week.
Yeah, it's funny when I was on the phone with him. We was talking about something. I said something. He's like, yo, did you just think of that now? I was like, I don't know. It came off the tongue easy. I don't know. It's just,
Hey, yo. On that note,
Yo, we out of here. Listen, we out of here.
We see y'all next week. Peace out, y'all.